Hey everybody, welcome back to the Roaming Villa's YouTube channel. Today we're going to look at our lessons learned from our trip to Spain and Portugal. So post trip, we've been back a couple of weeks now, and yeah, I just thought I'd put a bit of a video together of some of the things we've learned and realised we need more of or less of, or etc, etc. So let's dive in. So the first thing we realised is we have a 25 meter hookup lead for when we're on a campsite, obviously. 16 amp standard Euro connections. Caught out once because I'm afraid certainly in Spain and Portugal there are electric hookup points, but they're a long way away from where your motorhome's parked. And on one of the sites in Portugal we were probably 35-40 meters away from the actual hookup point from where we were parked. So not long enough. Fortunately, the guy on site was used to this problem and he had an extension lead for us, so that was the only time we had a hiccup. But for the sake of it, take another lead. Problem solved. The second one, not really a lesson learned because I already had it with me, but make sure you take the European adapter. This is the standard European adapter, is okay for France, Spain and Portugal. Obviously it converts to your 16 amp. Most sites were like this. Probably the majority of sites were the Euro adapter, the Euro socket. Some were 16 amp, not many. The problem with this is it's reversible. It will go in that way or that way. Don't ask me why their sockets are made like that, but they are. 99 times out of 100, when I plugged this in Spain and Portugal, certainly in Spain and Portugal, we end up with reverse polarity. And by reverse polarity, I mean the live and the neutral are round the opposite way. So if any of you guys, I'm sure some of you are electricians or electrically minded, you know, live and neutral in the wrong way is not a good idea. Does it cause any issues in the motorhome? Not 100% certain. However, best to have it right. How do I check? For me, I'm lucky. I'm an ex-engineer, so I've got a multimeter, so I can check and I know which is live. I've taken open it up, see where the brown wire is. You know that's supposed to be live. If it's the wrong way around, a lot of times you can just reverse the plug around. If you can't, then you're going to have to swap the wires around. But apparently you can buy one of these as a reverse polarity adapter, or just buy another one and swap the wires around. Dead simple. And mark it with a bit of tape so you know which is which. So yes, that can be a problem. So if you're non-electrically minded and you haven't got a multimeter to check it, then what you can do is go to Screwfix or Toolstation or online. I think it's called Martindale. They're a Martindale continuity checker. They look like a small plug with a sort of some LEDs on the front. So basically you're going to plug in anyway, go to one of your 240 volt sockets, plug the Martindale in, plug the continuity checker, and it's going to come up with a row of lights. If you've got reverse polarity, it's going to tell you. So that's the only way, unless you've got a multimeter to check physically, you're going to know. Probably most people put them in and it probably makes no difference, and ignorance is bliss, as they say. So, but it's best to have it right. Again, lesson number 3, well, not really a lesson, more of a realization. If you use a lot of data, Wi-Fi data, for streaming videos, you know, Netflix, or looking at YouTube, or uploading stuff to YouTube, or you know, looking at catch-up TV, and using your phone as a hotspot, then you're going to gobble up some data. Even if your phone is capable, you've taken, I don't know, 100 gig of data with you. In Europe, you're capped to 20 gigabyte, which is some fair usage policy. So it doesn't matter what you're taking with you, you're capped to 20 gig. I've got an O2 account, so I've got an 18 gig, which allows me to use it in Europe. So I can use all of that, no issues. My wife's phone, however, she's got a gift card, and she's capped at 5 gig. Not a lot. I say not a lot. 5 gig is a lot of data if you're just surfing the web, doing a bit on Facebook. You're not uploading large files, video files, or downloading stuff, then 5 gig and 18 gig is enough. But let's say if you're doing YouTube and Netflix, one Netflix film you're going to use between 4 and 6 gig of data to watch one film. So simple maths, 3 or 4 films, if you've got 20 gig, then it's gone, and that's your month's worth gone, and then you're in trouble. So how do you get around it? We've got a little TP-Link MIFI box, mini Wi-Fi box. Works on 4G network, so it's like having a phone without being able to talk to it. However, you can, via the app that comes with this on your phone, you can talk directly to this box, and you can send text messages from this box. So when you need to top it up, in our case, we had an SFR card in France last year. We managed to pick up an SFR card in a tobacco shop. Wasn't easy, but we found one in the end. 30 euros for 30 gig of data, which is not a lot of data. However, that's what we had at the time. So when you need to top it up, you find a tobacco that deals with SFR. Again, not easy. 30 euros, you get a ticket with a code on it. Text the code via the app and the box, and it tops up. Got us through last year, no problem. So I'm going to do a separate video on this and on the box and SIM cards in Spain and Portugal. Bottom line, Spain and Portugal was an absolute breeze compared to France. Also in Spain and Portugal, we had 100 gig, 150 gig of data, which is more than enough. More than enough, even watching films, and I was uploading videos as well to YouTube, so more than enough. So I'm going to do a separate video on that. So as far as the trip went, it was a brilliant trip. France, weren't there too long, going down. A week or so coming back, stayed at our friends on our way back. Bloody expensive. France is expensive. So anyone that's moaning over here about the price of food when they go to the supermarket, go to France for a week and you'll be, wow. You'll realise you ain't paying that much over here. Certainly if you go to an Aldi or Lidl, then but France is just bloody expensive. Excuse my language. Spain and Portugal, a lot cheaper on fuel, a lot cheaper on auto gas, because if you watch my previous video on the LPG system, then it was dead simple. And one of the beauties of Spain and Portugal is, if any of you can remember, they have forecourt attendants. So you rock up in your motorhome, park by the pump, and someone's there waiting for you. They'll fill up for you. They'll do your LPG, and when they're filling up with diesel or petrol, whatever you have, if they spill a little bit, it comes a cloth, wipe it off. Yeah, brilliant. It's just like it should be over here, but can you imagine the health and safety issues over here that would be involved in that? God knows. But anyway, it was brilliant. So yeah, it was a great trip. Stayed at some good campsites, off grid, on and off grid. So yeah, the few tips I've given you, that's the only real issues we have. We didn't really have any issues with that once we got over the data problem. Motorhome was good. Fly screen broke on the door. Hey ho, those sort of things happen. But apart from that, everything was good. So keep an eye out for the next video, which I'm going to cover the MIFI box and the SIM cards in the various countries and how we got around it. And also, if you're new to my channel, this is your first time here, then please consider subscribing. Hit the subscribe button, the like button. It helps the channel grow and gives me the encouragement to make more videos. See you next time.